we now have got a very good Copyright Act in place. Good, I'm saying, from the point of view of the writers, the composers and the performers. It's something of a unique amendments that have happened in India. Now the rights that have been given, earlier the rights were there because section 14 of the Copyright Act, section 14(1)(a) of the Copyright Act says very clearly, has enumerated your rights that are available to writers and composers or the authors of literary, dramatic, artistic and musical work. So in all you have got, as writers, you have got 8 rights under the Copyright Act. One is the right to reproduce your work in any material form. The second is the right to publicly perform it or get it performed or communicated to the public by whichever means. Third is the right to make copies of that work. Fourth is the right to make sound recordings or CDs, DVDs, etc. of that work. Fifth is the right to make a film out of that. Sixth is the right to adapt. Seventh is the right to translate. And eighth is the right with respect to the adaptation and translation, all the other 6 rights. So these are the 8 rights that all of you as writers get under the Copyright Act. Now hitherto what was happening is that though you had the rights with you, the producer used to take it away from you at a snap of a finger. Right? And none of us could do individually anything on that account. Now with this Jaddojahad of Javed Saab, we have now seen the light of the day of a new Copyright Act. Like for example, a simple example is, we are all accustomed कि भैया अगर एक book लिखी गई है, a play is there and then that is made into a film, you need a permission. Same thing is with this. There is a script, there is a story, there is dialogues, etc. which is being written. Now it is being transformed into a film. And hence it takes the shape of the film. So that's the right that I have given you. The other rights are still with me. That's what the Act presumes. Because again, under section 19, for any of your right to pass from you to anybody else, whether it's a producer or XYZ, it has to be in writing, number 1. Number 2, it has to mention what right are they taking from you. Not all rights have been taken away. No. It has to be the specific, which is the right to reproduce, the right to publicly perform, the right to make copies, the right to adapt, the right to translate. What is it that they're taking from you? So they have to specifically mention in the agreement. If there is no agreement, if there is no mention of all these things, then it's presumed that those things are with you and not with the producer. Okay? If the term is not mentioned in the agreement, it is presumed that it is for 5 years. If the territory is not mentioned, it is presumed that it is for the territory of India only. So these are the presumptive clauses which section 19 of the Copyright Act has got. Right? Another presumption is that if the person to whom you have assigned your copyright has not utilized that assignment within a period of 2 years, then it automatically comes back to you. You can give it to somebody else. But of course there are ways and means that the assignee then takes it, that you waive off that right to, even if he doesn't make it within 2 years, it's fine. You waive that right to get it back. So these are the rights which are now, what the law says is, rights can be assignable, but the right to royalty cannot be assigned. So wherever आपकी जहाँ भी आपकी royalties बनेंगी, वहाँ से आपको royalties मिला करेंगे. एक अब मिला तो करेंगे मगर कैसे? That is also stipulated in the law, that it can be collected only by a copyright society. It cannot be collected individually. It cannot be collected by agents. It has to be collected by either you yourself, which is very difficult because you will never know in which part of the world your thing is being played, or it has to be by a copyright society, or by your legal heir. Legal heir comes only when you know more. So these are the only 2 things, that either by yourself or through a copyright society. So now the need of the hour with these amendments is to have your own collective society, copyright society. आपको एक copyright society बनानी चाहिए जिसमें आप सब writers member बने. वो writers जो हैं वो अपने कामों को document करें कि भाई this is the काम हमने किया हुआ है. उसमें then आप जो board है, the management है, उसका will decide, it has to decide the tariff, which is the rates that you want to decide as to what should a user, end user pay you. Like for example, if it is played for redistribution, then what would the charge be? Or if a dialogue is taken out of the film and is being sort of shown on television, what is the amount that that person has to pay you? All this needs to be decided by this copyright society. One. After having decided the tariffs, etc., you also need to decide how you will be distributing this. Because once the money comes into you, how you are going to distribute it? What will be the share of the story writer? What will be the share of screenplay writer? What is the share of the dialogue writer? Because there is again, as far as the story is concerned, the story has got, because if you see what is literature or what is a literary work? Literary work is a creative or an imaginative piece of writing. That is what is the definition. Now whether under that definition dialogues fall, screenplay falls, this is what you have to deliberate and you have to arrive at that conclusion, whether they fall or they don't. What literally clearly falls under the aspect of the literary work is the dialogues. There's somebody who's sitting and writing dialogues, etc. The others is more or less sometimes presumed to be something of a work of a director or outsourced of a director or something like that. So you need to, as a collective body, need to first recognize whether do you want to recognize that they also create. If they do, then you need to then decide as to how they can be distributed. Because the money is 100. If 100 rupees come, then 100 rupees has to go to whom? Has the total full 100 rupees got to go to the dialogue writer? Or is it to be shared between the dialogue writer, screenplay writer and the story writer? And if so, what is the share? Need not necessarily be equal, because it should depend upon the efforts that goes into making that creative piece of literature. So that's in short how you have to do. But let me clarify again once again. Copyright is assignable. Right to royalty is unassignable. Nobody can take it from you. Second is you are also being given moral rights. Moral rights are inalienable rights, which irrespective of whether you give away everything, nobody can take that right from you. And those rights are two in nature. One is the right of paternity, which is the right to be recognized as the parent of that particular work, which means your name. आपका नाम आपके creativity से कोई अलग नहीं कर सकता, अगर यार नहीं mention करता है, so it comes under moral rights, you can sue him. Second, the right of integrity. If somebody amends or modifies your work to such an extent that it amounts to mutilation or distortion or is prejudicial to your reputation or honor, then also you can take that action against him, claim damages, stop the thing, you can do whatever you like. So this is the moral right. The earlier that I was talking are termed as economic rights. So these are the, in short, this is the copyright, and I would now I would love that if there's a question answer, then probably I can clarify that more.
If a film is then telecast on TV, then it's being how do you interpret that for TV? For television serials, because the first time when I write the show and I hand over the content, the creative content to the producer. Now the producer already has an agreement in the current situation with the channel where he's given away the rights to the channel. So how does one interpret? Can you give clarity on that?
That where the rights, even the rights that are right to royalty, which is unassignable also, is concerned, it is unassignable to the extent and excludes from it when the producer shows the film in a cinema hall. Okay. So when a producer shows a film in the cinema hall, then you can't go to the cinema hall and start asking the cinema hall, though that is the rule. But you can't ask the cinema hall to pay royalties to you as a writer. So your society cannot go to cinema hall and start asking for royalties. So that is excluded. Now coming to your question, boss, we are television people. हमारा तो cinema hall में बचता ही नहीं है, तो कहाँ से? So it's a funny thing that you have got it directly. So only the cinema guys were the one who had to carve this niche out for them. Now that the niche has been carved out, it is but imperative that wherever it is shown other than cinema hall, in your case you are lucky that it is directly shown on television, so you can't help it. Now the law is like that. It's a loophole, but that's a law. It's in our favor, so we are happy. So you start getting royalties from day one. As far as the transfer of copyright from the producer to the channel is concerned, again that requires a chain of title. There has to be an agreement between you and the producer, and then the producer can give whatever you have given to the channel, not whatever that he feels like giving to the channel. Today that's the problem that's going on because they give much more than what you are giving them. So you all can sue them anytime you like, but then that doesn't happen.
From the very first telecast on the channel, which means we don't have to wait for royalty because so far what was happening is in the agreement we signed, the first telecast and one repeat, there was supposed to be no payment coming even to the producer. Okay, so apart from what he was given to commission the show. But any other repeats after that, or if it's made in any other language, or if it is sold internationally, so how will things work? Or do we get it from the very first telecast and whenever it's shown again?
Legally, yes, from the very first telecast.
Okay.
Industry practice wise, you can devise that practice and start. So that society has to determine. As I said, when the tariff is there, you make a tariff card, the society will make a tariff card. The tariff card may say, okay, the first telecast and one more rebroadcast will be allowed without payment of royalty. After that, royalties will start. That's up to you.
If I'm a writer, or a TV writer, right? So I get paid a particular fee to write for television.
Correct.
Or for a feature film. Now I'm already taking a fee and I'm saying, this is the script, you're going to release it on screen or on TV, correct? My royalty comes in at that stage, or because I'm already taking a fee for this. So shouldn't the royalty come in if I'm being paid for a work on this particular medium, and when you take that work and exploit it on other mediums, is when you have to pay me.
That's right.
So how does it make sense that I get paid even though I've already been paid for it? Like I am paid to run for television. So what am I claiming royalty for?
Right.
If it's not
You
going
see
on
what
to
has
another
happened?
medium.
Yeah, what has happened is the intention of the law was to protect the songwriters,
Yes.
because that is what Javed Saab and everyone took for, by saying that okay. But under that garb of the songwriters, nobody really paid attention to what is happening, and therefore the word that has come in the act is an author of a literary work.
Right.
And author of a literary work also includes the author of a story, screenplay, dialogues, etc.
Right.
So it's like either you can say घुन के साथ गेहूं के साथ घुन पिसा हुआ है, or you can say it's better for us because everybody gets everything and इनको फोकट में मिल गया. You can even take it that way, whichever way you want to view it. But yes, coming to your direct question as to you are being paid a fee for writing for a serial. Your royalties will be there for anything which is other than as a part of the film. But the law says that it is a part of the film only in a cinema hall. In case of a serial, it doesn't get played in a cinema hall. So there is no question of it being exempt. So one exemption that was allowed there is also not there. So public performance of that particular serial, when it takes place on a television, will then have to pay the royalties to this copyright society. So therefore, the industry will undergo a change as far as agreements are concerned, contracts are concerned, as far as these lump sum upfront payments are concerned, because this is what the producer lobby will start coming in by saying that boss, I am paying, then why am I paying it for?
Exactly, because it
Right?
really doesn't make sense for
Because
producer.
that my product will then undergo a lesser value as far as my negotiation with the channel is concerned. So this will undergo a lot of change and discussion, and it will evolve. I feel that's the answer. Because
So without there being a very specific cause for television, don't you think the producers will misuse it and say that it's not meant for the TV writer at all? It can't be excluded
no, not
from
at all. You read
it
the
at all.
Copyright Act. No, you read the Copyright Act. It's very clear.
Please.
See, it says provide second proviso to clause number 8. Provided also that the author of a literary work included in a cinematograph film, and that is a cinematograph film. So hope you know the definition of a cinematograph film. So then it comes to what is a cinematograph film. When you're coming that it doesn't apply to television, it does, because if you see the definition of a cinematograph film, cinematograph film means any work of visual recording on any medium produced through a process from which a moving image may be produced by any means, and includes a sound recording accompanying such visual recording, and cinematograph shall be construed as including any work produced by any process analogous to cinematography, including video films. So this speaks of literary work being incorporated in a cinematograph film. So you are the owner of a literary work. Your work is being incorporated in a cinematograph film. Cinematograph film is what I just read to you. So therefore, if you further read, Work included in a cinematograph film shall not assign or waive the right to receive royalties to be shared on an equal basis with the assignee of copyright for the utilization of such work in any form other than for the communication to the public of the work along with the cinematograph film in a cinema hall. So if I would have been a writer, I would tell the channel, yes, it does include even my cinematograph. You play it in a cinema hall also, you get a right from me. You are not utilizing it, that's your problem, not my problem. Put all episodes together like that Khichdi or whatever that film was made.
Yeah.
Put all episodes together and show it.
Television is the main concern right now.
Why film?
Because film is clear cut.
Acha, that-
Television is not clear cut indication.
No, because I am saying film monies are lying abroad. You have not been taking it.
Exactly. So, because there is no society except IPRS which collects the musical royalty.
Correct.
But for the literary work, there is no society. Society will frame the rules,
Right.
sit with the producers of the television
Not-
and films.
Not necessary.
Why they will accept whatever terms you say.
But see, let me clear one this thing. There's a common perception, I don't know what's going around in the industry, is that the producers are going to be affected. One, producers are not going to be affected directly.
No, I'm not saying that.
You are not asking the producer to pay the royalty.
Exactly. Exploiting.
It's the
Agent.
user, it's the end
User.
user who is going to pay. So
Yes,
it's a
yes.
win-win situation for everybody.
No.
Today we are viewing, the producer lobby is viewing it as 100 rupees. I am viewing it as 150 rupees. So the pie increases. Let us not हम उस पर रंज ना बनाए कि भाई 100 रुपए हमको शेयर करने पड़ेंगे. क्यों जी? यूजर देगा ना. User will pay 150 now. Why does it need to pay 100?
Suppose your royalty collecting society decide that per episode we will charge 100 rupees. For an example, will channel agree readily
It's a
for this
negotiation.
giving?
It's a
That is
negotiation.
what I'm saying.
Ah,
That is what I'm
with
saying.
the channel, not with the producer.
No.
Ah,
Channel.
ah,
Producer
ah,
means
ah,
channel.
yes.
Who is the end user?
The channel is not going to pay you, it will pay you a lump sum annually.
Correct.
That you need to negotiate. What will happen is they'll pay you they pay the copyright society an annual lump sum fee, and together with that they will give you the logs. ये दिन पे ये टाइम पर ये सीरियल हुआ, ये दिन पे ये सीरियल हुआ. You have to keep a data documentation in your office, in your copyright office, which has got the details. If XYZ serial, who is the owner of that XYZ serial? To whom that money will go? So if that XYZ serial is multiplied by 100 episodes, that person will get for 100 episodes, not the same. So it's not a social welfare scheme where the entire amount is divided by the number of people and everybody gets an equal share. No. The more your work plays, the more you get. The less it plays, the less you get. So there's an encouragement for writers to write better products in this sense.
There's one question about the copyright society. Now, who forms it? How is it going to be formed? What is the mechanics? I mean,
See, you as writers have to make a society. Society making is simple. I would always advise that a society should be a society under the Companies Act, not under the Societies Registration Act or any other act. A Companies Act में कोई company बनाइए जिसका नाम आप लोग तय कर लीजिए. Make the memorandum articles of association. Once that is done, that is once you are registered with the registrar of companies, you get yourself registered with the registrar of copyrights in Delhi. Once you are registered as the registered society, copyright society, only then can you commence your business of granting and issuing licenses. Once you are a copyright society, then you also have to enter into reciprocal agreements with the world over. So for example, in Europe there is AIGP, which looks after the writers' copyrights. Now they collect your royalties, they will send it to you. You will collect their royalties in India and send it to them. Because obviously there are international serials also being played here.
yeah.
So you have to collect that.
You know, like Z and all telecast the same episode at the same time in many countries. So do we get separate copyright, royalty from
Depends
wherever
upon
it's
your
being?
tariff. Depends upon your tariff.
Okay, so that's what the society will have to
Yes,
decide.
yes. And therefore the intelligence goes in making the tariffs.
Right.
That's where the intelligence lies.
Because the channel is making more money on it.
Yes, yes.
So,
One more question.
And then you have to look at syndication and everything.
some channels have their own websites. Like Z has a website apparently, and YouTube पे play कर रहे, replay कर रहे, but according to them, they're not making any money on it. So does that get? Well, because if it's playing on their own website, they're not.
They get
It is
paid
free.
per click. They get paid.
Also, it's also another
It's
area
about
we
1
can
paisa or
exploit.
0.1 paisa, something like that. But they get paid. Say for example, your serial if it is being run on an airline, you will get royalties. Okay. If it gets shown, say certain mobile applications have now started showing, you can see those, or the edited version, like in 10 minutes or 12 minutes,
Right.
something like that. So again, that needs to give you your royalties. So these are the places from where you will be getting your royalties.
अगर वो कोई पुरानी फिल्म है और आज वो टेलीकास्ट
तो
होती
आपको
है,
मिलेगा।
रेवेन्यू आता है उसका,
आपको-
तो उसका मिलेगा।
Yes.
But let me just warn you that there will be litigation on this point,
Okay.
because the producer are not going to let you off so easily, because they have got contracts and they have taken 100% rights from you, so they'll say no, it doesn't, it belongs only, it is applicable only for films which are made from today.
And producers have said
So that has to be litigated and the courts have to pass some sort of orders. There's at least minimum 7 owners, 7 writers who have to get together to make that society.
Yeah.
Number one. Suppose now we say that those are rogue elements. That's the problem, right?
Yeah.
Suppose rogue elements make 7 rogue elements get together and they make a society. But it is not necessary that the registrar of copyrights will approve it. And the registrar of copyrights will approve it only when such a society is all inclusive, all encompassing. And when I am saying this, it again, let me say that it doesn't mean only the Hindi walas. In that society, you will have to include Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada, everyone, Uriya, everyone. So it's a big, huge thing that you are anticipating. It's not very short-sighted of Hindi or Bollywood or Bombay industry. So that society really reflects everyone is there, the registrar is not going to approve it. If the registrar doesn't approve it, you don't get to have the license to start the business.
This whole amendment bill only or mainly covers the lyricists and the composers and not every.
Again,
It is clearly there. When you have,
It says authors.
Authors.
So section 2D, author,
yes.
in relation to a literary work, is the author of the work.
Now,
So it's as simple as that.
screenplay or dialogue, is it covered by the literary work?
In the Copyright Act, all that literary work says is literary work is a literary work. But it includes computer programs, tables and compilations, including computer databases. That's the definition of literary work. So then you have to go back to the dictionary meaning of a literary work.
Okay.
Okay? The dictionary meaning of the literary work is imaginative or creative writing.
When you put it some time back, that dialogues definitely yes. But whether a screenplay or story will come under this purview or
See,
not.
I'll give the definitions
Yes.
of the legal way of interpretation. Literary work is imaginative or creative writing. Can also mean literary composition. Can also mean piece of writing, written material, writing, the work of a writer, anything expressed in letters of the alphabet, especially when considered from the point of view of style and effect. The writing in her novels is excellent. That editorial was a fine piece of writing. This also is literature. A literary composition in the form of a conversation between two people.
In the very definition, it includes the word literary.
Okay. Next, fiction. A literary work based on the imagination and not necessarily on fact. Okay. Fictionalization. A literary work based partly or wholly on fact but written as if it were fiction. Poem, verse. A composition written in metrical feet forming rhythmical lines. So this is all. Even luxury, writing of poor quality is also literature. So quality is immaterial.
Sure.
So that's how the definition of literature or literary work has evolved in the legal parlance. And the Copyright Act is also very clear on that. Whether any department, any creative process that is there, the point that is to be noted is, are you in employment or are you not in employment? If you are in employment, and that is where the writers should be careful about, is if you are in employment, then everything belongs to the employer. The law, if you read in page number 3, last paragraph, point number 7, last paragraph, provided that in case of a work, which is in your case literary work, incorporated in a cinematograph work, nothing contained in clause B and C of section 13(1) shall apply. So this is the proviso to section 17. And section 17 speaks in which manner can you, being the owner of copyright, is not the owner in the first place. So clause B says that when you are under an employment, then the employer is the owner.
Like you work for hire.
Yeah.
Work for hire.
So that is employment.
Employment.
Work for hire is different. Now this work for hire concept, first of all, is not an Indian concept, it's a US concept. So therefore this particular clause is taking care of that concept. This work for hire wire nahi chalega. It has got nothing to do with the author of a literary work or musical work in a cinematograph. He will still be entitled for his royalties. Okay, but let me warn you that there will be stiff opposition, and it is a matter which will evolve, can't be overnight. There are certain quarters where sunne mein aaya hai, now people will not take the names only. Jab naam hi nahi denge, which means again ghost writing.
Take money, finish.
Ghost writing ho gayi, even for composers, even for writers, everybody is ghost writing. But I don't think it's going to last long.